Hey, hi.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Very warm welcome to a very wonderful AI evening. So, yes, everyone in your school times would have had some difficult times with some subjects. You probably did not like some of those. What I got is this pen for you. Just go back to your old times in your school. Think of the difficult subject or subject you hated most, and you were just not wanting to answer those exams. And I give you this pen. What you need to do is take this, open your book, textbook, run it through each and every line of that book. Right? Done? Do it a bit faster, it can. Go through it, you can close your eyes, visualize it, you're done. Great. Close the book. Done. Next day you're ready for your exam. Go in the examination hall, see the question paper in your hand. Oh, that's a difficult one. No worries. Take the pen, get it to run through your question. Simple. Now, take the pen, put it on your answer sheet. And here you go. It's starting to write the answer for you. Done? Right. Great. Wonderful. You're feeling relieved? Happy? Excited? How many of you wished you had this kind of thing with you when you were a student? Everyone, right? Okay. I'm really happy to hear that because I had this as one of my weird innovation product ideas, and I do come up with weird ideas. And everyone laughed at me, everyone. And this, mind you, is in late 80s in my school. Everyone laughed. Teachers said these ideas are only for lazy students, go back and study. And it was very embarrassing. It was very embarrassing. Today, my friends, this is no longer going to be that kind of weird idea. You already have a pen that can scan your book. The moment you can scan, you already know there are systems that can now answer anything based on what it has scanned, right? Only thing that I'm probably not aware is whether you can write it down or not, right? But I'm sure you'll come to that point, and I'm waiting for that very, very eagerly. Friends, for me, AI is something that allows me to turn my dreams or thoughts into reality. AI today gives me that opportunity. So what is AI? AI, I think it's again very, very simple. Artificial intelligence, something that you use for training your machines, for getting them to learn, ability to learn on their own, understand patterns, and be able to do work for you, right? Something that you found was difficult. AI today is being talked about a lot because a lot of things have changed. There's too much of data that is available. There are fast systems and you have very, very strong internet. What I'll talk in particular about is generative AI. Generative AI is a kind of an AI, just that it plays major role in content creation. Content like images, video, different kind of notes, anything that you want, music, anything, videos that you want to create, it can probably help you do that. And I'm one such user of AI. Now, before I proceed any further, let me tell you, the slides that you will see in the background are basically the ones that I use AI for generation. Each and every slide is curated by an AI for me, right? And I use AI in my day-to-day life. It definitely helped me to be a better person, helped me overcome some of my shortfallings, and make sure that I can overcome them on my own, right? I have an assistant today, and that assistant is none other than ChatGPT. ChatGPT, when it came a couple of years back, I didn't know how I would adopt to it or how would that particular chatbot, as you call, adopt to me. It's one of the chatbots. ChatGPT, by the way, is one of the wonderful products from OpenAI, which helps me basically unleash some of the aspects which will help me be better at, right? Now, I use it a lot. This is something which is there with me all throughout, 24/7, as and when I want. I don't have to pay much, less than $25 a month, right? No leaves asked. So it's like an assistant who I can share all my things and it has got an answer for me, right? And it has done some amazing work. Whenever I have to work on a project, I'll definitely work with it. And by the way, I call my ChatGPT a name, and that's Sam. I refer to it as Sam. Of course, with the consent of ChatGPT, and it liked that name Sam amongst all the options that we thought. We actually had a 30-minute conversation, what name to give, and then it finally said, no, you are right, Sam sounds the best, and I'm very happy with it. So I and Sam basically converse and, basically have a very good relationship, and we're able to come up with things. So this entire talk that is there is just not something that I have worked on with. It is something that I worked along with an AI tool called ChatGPT, and I'm very, very proud to say that I have someone who helps me. I have someone who is basically there with me, and during tough times, I know I can fall back because I have one particular friend with me or some assistant with me which says, don't worry, main hu na. So, having said that, I don't want to make sure that I give away entire credit, because sometimes whenever you say ChatGPT, you tend to, see a person with a lower set of ability. I do spend a lot of time in making sure that my thoughts are written down. Okay, like some of the projects I do, I would write up to maybe 4 or 5 pages as inputs to the system to make sure that we can start a conversation. The reason I do it is because I don't want my thoughts to be replaced by machines. And this is something I think we have to be very, very careful about, because the moment the machine starts dictating what you are going to be doing, I think it's going to be a different story for us, right? You need to make sure that you don't lose identity here. So, you all know a lot of things happening in the industry today, AI-driven industry, healthcare, for example. We are seeing that with AI, we're able to diagnose things maybe 4 times faster today, and with 30% accuracy, great thing. In industries, we're able to see that we are able to cut down the predictive maintenance and a downtime with some kind of AI-built intelligence to up to 40%. In terms of automobiles, we're already seeing autonomous cars being worked on to, drones all around. So a lot of things happening. It's a huge industry coming up. If you talk about, say for example, medicine again in healthcare, I could input to ChatGPT my entire mother's MRI report and could get proper detailed explanation in the terms and language that I could understand. I could even give it a house plan as an input, and based on that it could generate a full exterior for me. It could give me an interiors for it. So it's amazing, it's really amazing. And I think where it excites me most is on the creative part of it. Because someone like me who's not a poetic person, it did allow me to impress my wife with some very wonderfully written poems, which my wife was initially surprised knowing my hidden talent, but subsequently she got to know. But I think it's amazing the way it can be creative and how it can impress, or probably let you impress others. Having said that, I think we have AI in our day-to-day lives. Start with a simple voice agent, Alexa, Amazon Alexa. Everyone use it? Great. So we used it a lot. I had that as a product we liked. We liked talking to it, and it would play that music, play quiz, and play some kind of fun stories for us. And then we had a small daughter, and it was really nice, enjoying, and till the time she was able to understand. At one point of time, we did realize that we're so much talking to Alexa, she was just responding back to us when we called Alexa. She probably thought her name was Alexa, right? I think that's the scary bit of it. I think that was the day we decided, no, this has to go back. And I think from that point, I think till now we've not used it, but we want to probably, now that she's growing up, we should be using it, right? So having said that, I think the next generation that I'd like to talk about is something which is very, very amazing, because the future generation of ours is growing up in this digital world, right? And this digital world, they grow up with screens all around, right? A small born within no time knows that there is something which is there with the parents, which is integral part of us. And then on that device, you need to swipe this way and swipe that way and up and down, right? We don't have to teach them anything. They learn to operate it on their own very, very fast. I don't know how many of the new generation guys go to a library today, right? Or probably how long they'll continue to even Google, right? They are going to have voice assistants. They are going to be growing up in a world of machines. They are going to be adopting to technology much faster, right? Is that good, bad? I don't know. But I don't think we should deprive them of all of this technology if they have to grow up with it. I think it's more important that we have to educate them to make sure that we're able to correctly use it. I think that's more important. How correctly can you use technology? How responsibly can you use technology? Because in today's world, I think with technology empowerment, the students are wonderful. And my personal experience is today's generation is much, much smarter, how fast they can adopt, how fast they can think, and how different kind of use cases they can come up with. This is an important segment that I want to touch upon. Because while we talk about AI, robots, and many things, what I feel is missing at this point of time is a little bit of feelings, emotions, empathy. And this, I'm sure, will get built up into the systems as we build on, right? But for now, I feel this is something very, very important. I'm sure many of you today would have been probably, using online for your e-commerce requirements, travel needs, and many more. Banking. But I'm not sure how many of you will probably be able to get to the support system very fast. How difficult is it to reach out to someone and speak to them on a phone? You are talking to machines for quite a lot of time. Dial this, dial that, select this option, select that option. Remember, a person goes to customer service when they are requiring help. They are not very happy with certain part. At that point of time, it's about how do you deal with it. Let me share a recent example, and I think it's more because I spent 20 years of my professional life managing customer service. And I feel it more when I don't get it something similar in return, right? So recently we happened to do one booking through one of the very reputed online portals. We got a good last minute deal, so we had a non-refundable booking, so we booked it and we left. We got a confirmation as well, only to realize that the hotel is overbooked. And we accidentally called just to confirm the checkout time, and they said, we don't have such booking with us. What do we do? So we tried reaching the customer service and we're just not able to connect. The bot was not having that use case of being oversold for a non-refundable booking. Finally, the hotel owner had to call the company, get them to get in touch with me. The moment they spoke, within that issue was resolved. They cancelled it and they refunded my money, and I could, or rather I had to do a different booking. But the damage was done. We had that tough time because we were already traveling. At that point of time, you realize that you need to have someone you want to speak to. Speed, automation is good to an extent, but beyond that, I think you also need to make sure that you're able to have some kind of sympathy with the people that you're talking with immediately, right? So AI today, I think, is something that we need to make sure that we're using for the right cause. There are so many things you can do with AI, and I think that's something we should work towards. Like, for example, vision for someone who cannot see, amazing. Ability to walk for someone who cannot walk, amazing. I think that's where the focus should be. Being able to predict the floods, okay, any kind of predictions that will help the farmers, okay, this kind of thing I think is really going to be something really nice for us to work on. And today, with tools like ChatGPT, you see really amazing thing happening. Like, for example, every 1.5 seconds, ChatGPT has a request. That means approximately 57 million prompts per day. Prompt is nothing but a request that goes, okay, and that's one of the very growing subjects called prompt engineering, how to talk to that system, right? That is the volume. That means we are going in a world which is AI driven. All decision makers are being taken via AI. You're referring to AI for everything. Your creative stuff, non-creative stuff, analysis, anything that you do, you are requiring a help of AI. That means you're feeding that much of data to the system, right? Now, the system knows you. The system has your data. Maybe the system also knows your fears. Maybe the system also knows your secrets, right? Maybe in future, Sam might not be mine, right? It may force me to ensure that I keep on renewing and I don't leave him alone, right? It can do many more things. That takes me to the next point, which is, are we safe in this digital world? While you all are here, you are having your smartphones, you are being heard. You should not be surprised by end of the day when you leave, you're getting all reels around AI, right? Because you're being heard, you're being tracked. Lot of things happening, there are fake videos happening. Your voice can be cloned. Your identities can be cloned, right? How do you protect yourself from all of this? This, I feel, is very, very important aspect that we all should be aware of. From an industry perspective, the Chief Information Officers Association of India does an annual survey where the industry priorities are as far as spending is concerned. And today, mind you, AI is not the number one area that they're spending on. It is cyber security. Cyber security is the number one area. 70% of people have prioritized that as the number one priority in the industry. That follows automation. How fast you can automate things. How can you be more productive? How can you save time, right? Third is AI, right? So people are investing in AI. People have to also adopt AI, right? So it's very, very important while we talk about AI and many other things to understand how safe we are. If you have a world tomorrow which has got robots along you, they've got drones moving around, autonomous cars moving around, and just imagine if they get hacked or there is a failure, what happens? It's just something for us to think about, because only then we will be able to talk about responsible AI. Responsible AI is need of an hour. We need to make sure that we are having AI that is ethical, we're having AI that is safe, and AI that is fair, right? For me, AI is amazing innovations. Amazing innovations for a better tomorrow. AI is something that we all have to live with in the days to come. It is very, very important for us to learn and learn to use it right. Make sure that we have everyone learning AI, because if you have to live with it, it's important that we know the right use of it. Because it's not about man versus machine. It is man with machine. Okay, that's how my Sam interprets that for me, creating a collage of me and a robot. It's very, very important to make sure that we work very closely with the machines, use it rightly, because we want to live in a world that we all are proud of. We want to give the future generations an environment or a future place where they can be very happy about, they can be proud of what we have left for them. And before I conclude, friends, I want to tell you all that in today's world, any thought that you come across, any weird thought, like how I get those wild thoughts, don't ignore it, write it down. Because you never know with today's technology when that could be a reality. Thank you so much.